Hey guys, welcome back to Yoga with Leona, your site for everything about yoga and breast cancer recovery. Happy you joined us today. So today I thought I would make a really simple video of some simple stretches that you could do lying on the floor or even in your bed. So this is going to be really gentle, but get some basic stretching through our chest and shoulders, a little bit through our back and hips. So I really was intending this video for kind of those times when you're not feeling that great. Maybe you've been kind of stuck in bed for a few days or a week after your chemotherapy and you just haven't been up to getting up and moving around. Or maybe you're still healing from your surgery or you're just not feeling great for whatever reason. But this video could also just be used for anybody who's feeling good, but they want some simple stretches to do in the bed in the morning before they get up. So it could be used either way. But the theme of the practice is about really listening to your body. So this is going to be an invitation to really listen and tune in, because especially during those times when you're not feeling good or when you're healing, it's so important for us to listen to our body. So I have a lovely quote to start from John Kabat-Zinn, Dr. John Kabat-Zinn, the father of modern mindfulness. He says, "No one can listen to your body for you. To grow and heal, you have to take responsibility for listening to it yourself." And I just love that idea, sort of that let's give ourselves the power, the agency to really tune in, to listen, and to take a part in our healing by listening to what our bodies need on any given day. So I know that at least anytime I'm stuck in bed for a little while, like when I would have kind of a 5 or 7 days in bed after chemo, my body would get so stiff and I just felt like I needed to move, but I didn't have the energy and didn't really feel up to it. So this kind of stretching will be perfect for those days. As always, listen to your body, especially if you're relatively recently out of surgery, you've got any wounds that aren't completely healed. Be very cautious about not overstretching those areas. And if you're pretty recent out of surgery, you might make sure that your doctor says it's okay for you to start moving first before you do any of these. But they're all going to be really simple stretches that anyone can do. So you can do them lying on the floor the way I'm going to demonstrate it, or you can do it simply in your bed. All right, so let's go ahead and make our way to lie on our backs. I do have a strap today, which I'm going to use for a couple of the stretches. So if you have a strap, that would be great, or you could use a belt, or even a long scarf or a towel, just something that you can use to stretch your legs. If you don't have it, I'll show you how to adjust without the strap. All right, let's make our way onto our backs and just land on your back. And remember, you can adjust this shape as much as you need. For some people, this is uncomfortable to your back, so they might adjust their feet and bend the knees a little bit to take a little pressure off the low back. Wherever you are, let's put one hand on our belly and just start to tune into our breath. So we're going to begin the practice with some simple, deep breathing. And we're going to practice using our hand to help us tune in to knowing that we're getting deep into the diaphragm with each breath. So on your next inhale, let's inhale for a count of 2, 3, 4, full lungs, and then exhale, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. On the inhale, feel your belly rise. And on the exhale, feel the belly fall as the diaphragm pushes the air up and out of your lungs. Keep going, breathing at your own pace, and you can count your breath. You know, it can be a count of 4 on the inhale, a count of 4 on the exhale, or maybe longer if that's comfortable to you. So breathing at your own pace, feeling on the inhale the belly rise as the lungs fill. And on the exhale, the belly drops as the diaphragm pushes the air up and out. Keep going. 2 more breaths. All right, very good. And then let's release our hands and maybe shake it out a little bit. Now we're going to start with a little arm movement. We're going to continue to breathe and coordinate with that movement. So on an inhale, you're going to bring your arms up. And maybe this first time, we're just going to bring them to rest on our forehead, inhaling. And then on an exhale, you bring the arms back, down along your sides. Let's do 4 more like that. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, lower the arms back down. Inhale, arms come up. Maybe notice your back arch just a little bit here on the inhale. And exhale, push the arms down. Maybe push your low back into the floor. Inhale, arms come up, arch your back, tilt your pelvis. Exhale, lower down. One more like this. And exhale, lower down. Good. So we're getting a little movement through our arms, but we're also starting to get a little tilt of the pelvis forward and back. So if your chest is fine and you can stretch the arms longer above head, let's take 5 like that. But if coming to here with arms above your head is enough, or maybe here into a cactus is enough, you can stop wherever you feel a comfortable stretch. All right, 5 more breaths. On an inhale, arms rise up to wherever's comfortable. Feel that back arch gently. And then exhale, roll those arms back down. Maybe push your low back into the floor. Inhale, rise up, arms up. Exhale, lower the arms down. 3 more on your own. Listening to your body, just sensing how everything feels today. And remembering you can stop and take a break anytime you need. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. All right, good. Now let's bend our knees and bring the feet flat to the floor. You might want to take your arms out to the sides, and we're going to gently windshield wipe our knees side to side. So this might be a small windshield wipe at first. Maybe they don't go all the way to the floor, but kind of tuning into your low back and hips and just gently stretching into this position to see how that area feels today. As you go, if it feels good to stop on one side and stretch a little longer there, that's fine. But make sure you take about equal time on each different side. So beginning to feel your body stretch a little bit and maybe stretching out a little bit of that stiffness. Good. Come on back to the top. Let's keep stretching out our hips a little. So we're going to interlace our hands in front of the right shin. Now, this is one of the places that you might use the strap. If it's hard for you to get your hands around your shin, you could use a strap as what we like to call a limb extender and use that to help you pull that knee up and out. So using either the strap or your hands, you're going to pull that right knee up and gently out. We're stretching the right hip here. And you can see what I did with my left leg. It's okay to keep the left knee bent if that's more comfortable to you. But if you can stretch it out flat onto the ground, you'll get a little deeper stretch through your hips. So take this option that works for you and breathe. I like to stretch my right foot here. So as I'm holding my right shin, I'll take some circles with that right ankle, just wake up the ankle and foot. All right, great. Let's switch the sides. So lower that right leg down and then bring the left knee up, interlacing the hands in front or using your strap if that works better for your body, and pull that knee up and slightly out. So I say slightly out because we don't want to be compressing so much into our chest, into our lungs. So we take the leg out to the side to make a little space for our belly. So the leg's kind of going outside the main part of the front of your belly. You might feel a gentle compression to the side, the left side of your belly here. Just breathe and feel the hips stretch. Maybe stretch that ankle on this side. All right, beautiful. And then come back to center. Maybe stretch your body long once and see how everything's feeling. You could shake those hips once or twice and then come back to neutral. Now, here we're going to use our strap a little more. So we're going to see if we can put the strap around the bottom of your right foot. Now, if you don't have a strap, you can just take hold of your leg behind the thigh or behind the calf. Now, same thing with the opposite leg. You can keep it bent or lower it down. And we're just going to work towards stretching that leg toward us. So depending on your hamstring flexibility, it might stretch a lot or a little, but whatever it is, just know you're just gently waking your body up. So no big deal, however deep or not deep you stretch. Just breathe. Maybe you bend that knee and straighten it a couple of times, just working into waking up that leg and hip. All right, good. Now we're going to take that strap into our right hand and put the left hand down on the ground and then let that right leg fall gently out to the side. Maybe it only goes out a few degrees, or maybe it goes all the way to the floor. Again, it doesn't matter how deeply you stretch, as long as you stretch to where it feels nice to you. So never stretching to pain, stretching only to where we feel a good opening, a good waking up of those muscles that are easy to get stiff when we're stuck in bed. Good, and then come across the top. We're going to switch the strap into the opposite hand. And you're going to cross that leg gently over the top. And in this one, I like to only go over to about maybe 20 or 30 degrees and feel a nice stretch into the outer leg. Breathing here. Good, and then come back to center and let's switch the feet. So you can put your left foot into the strap, release that right leg, and remember it can stay bent or stretch long, and then pull that left leg toward you. Bend and extend, bend and extend, and then just breathe into the stretch. Good, and then the strap comes into the left hand, right arm out to the floor to balance you, and let that left leg fall out to the side. And remember, just go as deeply as feels comfortable to you and breathe. Good. Coming back across the top, strap into the right hand, cross it over, and feel the stretch into the outer left hip. Breathe. And remember, we're taking the time to listen to our own body, to help us in our healing, to help us be patient and loving with ourselves. I know it's so hard. We want to get better faster, but we can't rush our healing. We have to take the time and just be here. All right, come back to the center and release that strap. If it feels okay, you can hug both knees into your chest and maybe rock side to side. And again, you could use the strap here. If it's a little bit hard for you to get both knees, you could use the strap to hug them in. And just rock side to side. Feel that low back release a little. All right, now let's stretch into our back a little more. So you're going to bring your feet flat to the floor, hands down alongside your heels. And this is going to be kind of like that first breathing we did with the arms, but this time we're going to push our hips up into the air a little bit too. So remember, if your chest is tight and you don't want to stretch the arms all the way long, you can always just bring them to the forehead or to a cactus. So on an inhale, we're going to bring the arms up as we gently push our hips up into the air. And then exhale, we roll it slowly down. These are called bridge rolls. Let's keep going. Inhale, push it up. And you can push the hips up as high as you want. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, push it up. Exhale, roll it down. Two more like this. Inhale, push up. Exhale, roll down. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. All right, good. And release. Maybe you want to windshield wipe the knees once or twice. Now we're going to take a little twist of our spine with some arm movement. So I'm going to let my knees fall to the right, just so you can see this a little better for the first set. I usually let my knees go left first, but you can take either side you like. And you're going to roll over onto your side and bring the bottom arm out long beneath you. And then you're going to bring your top hand to rest on top. So you're lying on your side. The first thing we're going to do is pull that top arm back. Imagine like you're pulling back an arrow on a bow. And you're going to feel a little stretch through your chest and maybe a little stretch through your spine. And then we'll come back to bring the palms together. Let's take a few more of this one. 5 in total. So this is 2. Feel the spine gently stretch. Come back to the front. Inhale for the 3rd. Exhale it back together. Here's number 4. And feel your spine nice and long as you're twisting around the midline. Imagine sort of spiraling around your spine a little bit. Good. Now come back to neutral. Stop and breathe a moment and feel how your spine feels. Now, if your chest feels okay with that stretch, we're going to deepen it a little bit. But if that was good for you and that felt like a lot through your chest, then keep going the same way. If you're okay with a little deeper stretch, you're going to inhale, lengthen that top arm. Imagine like you're opening a book as you open all the way back, maybe gazing behind you. And then exhale, closing that book back to the front. Let's go 4 more here. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, 3. 2 more. And on this last one, let's stay open in our twist for a moment. And you can kind of settle. Sometimes I like to kind of wiggle my shoulder blades flat against the floor for a little deeper stretch. And sometimes I'll even bring this bottom hand to my knees to help hold them in place to feel that nice, yummy stretch. All right, good. And when you're through with that, come on back to the center and we'll take the other side. So rolling your body now onto your left side. Stretch those arms out in front of you, palms on top of one another. And we'll start with the bow and arrow. Inhale, pull that arrow back, arms bent. Exhale, stretch it back to the front. So we're easing into this twist a little gently, so pull it back, number 2. Exhale to the front. Pull that arrow back 3. Back to the front. Here's number 4. And to the front. And lastly, number 5. And stretch back to the front. Now stop and breathe a moment. And then remember, take that same stretch 5 times more, or if you want a little deeper, inhale that top arm all the way up and open like a book, gazing behind you. Exhale back to the front. Inhale 4 more, open your arms. Exhale back. So remembering to be so gentle with your scars. It takes scar tissue some time to stretch and open back up, and we need to be super gentle as we're doing that. So always, always listening. And remember, it's easy for the chest actually to be a little bit numb after surgery, so we have to tune in even a little bit more maybe than normal. All right, I'm talking, so I don't know if that was 5. I'm going to take one more here, and we'll stay in our open twist. And remember, you can settle your shoulder blades to get a little deeper twist if you like. And you can bring that left hand to your knee and then just relax into the twist. But always, always just stretching, not beyond your comfortable range of motion. So stretching maybe up to that limit, but not beyond. All right, very nice. Let's come back to center. Shake those hips out, and then come to lie on your back. So just notice how your body feels after those very simple stretches, and just shining that little bit of awareness into the different parts of our body that need to stretch and wake up. Let's take a minute or two here at the end of our practice to just breathe and observe how your body feels. Maybe taking 1 or 2 deep breaths in and out. And in and out. And then throwing yourself a little love for listening to your body today, for being kind and patient with yourself as you're healing, as you're recovering from whatever it is that you're going through. Letting go of that sense of impatience, of wanting to get better faster, and just giving your body the time that it needs. All right, very nice. When you're ready, you can roll onto your side, and you can either just turn off the video or you can come up to a seat and decide if you're going to make your way out of bed or off the floor and into your day. All right, thank you for taking the time to practice with me today. Thank you for giving yourself this gift of yoga. Namaste.